Look at the bottom of any plastic container in your house. You'll see a small triangle. 3 arrows chasing each other in a loop. A number in the middle. You've seen it your whole life. You know what it means. It means this is recyclable. Except it doesn't. That triangle is not a recycling symbol. It never was. It's called a resin code. It tells a sorting machine what kind of plastic it's looking at. Nothing more. It was never a promise. It was never a guarantee. But it looks exactly like one. And that's not an accident. The real recycling symbol was designed in 1970 by a college student for an Earth Day contest. 3 arrows folding into a loop. He put it in the public domain. Anyone could use it. Through the 70s and into the 80s, plastic was piling up everywhere. Cities were drowning in it. People were starting to push back. Talk of bans. Talk of restrictions. For the companies making plastic, that was a problem. Plastic was a growth business. Bans would kill it. So the industry needed a story. A story where plastic wasn't the problem. The story they picked was recycling. In the late 80s, the plastics industry rolled out their own little symbol, a number 1 through 7, to identify the type of plastic. But they wrapped that number in 3 chasing arrows. A triangle of arrows. Almost identical to the recycling symbol everyone already knew. Larry Thomas ran the industry's main trade group at the time, the Society of the Plastics Industry. Years later, on the record, he said it out loud. If the public thinks that recycling is working, then they are not going to be as concerned about the environment. That was the whole point. The symbol wasn't there to recycle plastic. It was there to make you believe plastic was being recycled. So you'd keep buying it. It worked. Within a few years, the symbol was everywhere. On the takeout container, on the toothpaste tube, on the shrink wrap around your cucumber. You saw the arrows and you thought, I can recycle this. Most of the time, you couldn't. The economics were never there. Making new plastic from oil was cheaper than collecting, sorting, washing, and melting down old plastic. It still is. But for decades, almost nobody noticed, because the plastic was leaving the country. For roughly 25 years, the system worked like this. You put your plastic in the bin got collected, the plastic got loaded onto a ship, and the ship sailed to China. China was taking nearly half of the world's recyclables. We called it recycling. Functionally, it was export. Then in 2018, China shut the door, stopped taking it almost overnight, and the plastic had nowhere to go. Some cities quietly stopped collecting it. Some sent it straight to the landfill. Some kept the bins out for show. The system didn't fail in 2018. 2018 is when we could finally see it had never worked. Today, the global plastic recycling rate is stuck at about 9%. Roughly 91% of all the plastic ever made was never recycled. It was buried. It was burned. It floated into the ocean. It broke down into pieces too small to see. The arrows are still on your yogurt cup tonight. The bin is still on the curb. The sorting still feels like the right thing to do. But the symbol that started it all was never about recycling. It was about giving you a reason to keep buying. A small triangle. Doing a very big job. Small facts, big stories. Subscribe for more.